It's been about 2 months that I've adopted the minimalistic lifestyle, and I'm by no way a perfect minimalist or an ideal minimalist. I've just been learning as I go and implementing these principles little by little into my day-to-day life. But in this video, I wanted to talk about a couple of pros and cons of practicing minimalism that I've realized so far. So the way I've structured this is I'll start with the most obvious and then go with the less obvious ones. So let's get into the first one. The first one is the most obvious one, and that is it makes your life clutter free and it saves you time. You see, it not only makes your space clutter free, more aesthetically pleasing, easier to maintain, but it also takes away a lot of your decision making time. Like, you don't have to choose between this and this because you own only this. That's the same reason why the top people like Mark Zuckerberg and even Steve Jobs used to wear the same outfit every single day, because when they don't have to choose every single day what are they going to wear today and all, it saves them a lot of time, and they can spend their time in building their company, into making their company better, in doing what they do best. I mean, in your case, you don't have to spend that time working. You can instead spend that time doing something you love, doing a hobby, enjoying yourself, whatever it may be. The second thing is it saves you a lot of money. You see, practicing the minimalistic lifestyle, your cost of living actually comes down because you don't buy a lot of stuff. You don't need to keep buying things every month. So that reduces a lot of your expenses, and thus you have more money saved, or that money can be used to invest, or that money can be used for you to have some experiences. Like, yeah, it's cool for you to be able to buy the latest pair of Yeezys every month. But what if you had saved that money and you were actually able to go for a Kanye West concert? The third pro is it has instilled a certain amount of self-discipline. You see, the way the commercial world is designed today, it's to have the least amount of friction between you and the product. So they want you to buy more and more stuff with the least amount of friction. That's why they offer one-day delivery. That's why they offer online payment, one-click payments, all those kind of things, so that the friction and the time taken by you to make that purchase is less. And that gives you less time to contemplate the decision, to think about the consequences of purchasing that product. It's like an impulse buy. They want you to make the maximum number of impulse buys. And I actually did a lot of this. Like, I was doing a lot of online shopping, Amazon shopping, especially after I came home to Goa. I would justify that I needed this, I needed that, and I would buy a lot of stuff. And every week I would have Amazon parcels coming in for me. But now that I have adopted this principle and I believe in this principle, it has instilled a kind of self-discipline in me. Like, I still find myself browsing Amazon, but I rarely find myself actually going to purchase the stuff. I just end up browsing it and then close it. And if I want to purchase something, I will sit over it, I will think about it, I will think, is this going to bring me value? Am I going to enjoy this? Am I going to get the most use out of it? Do I really need it? And then only I will make the purchase. The last pro is it has kind of changed my perspective of life. Like, before this, the only goals I used to have is to make a certain amount of money, or to be able to buy this by this time. The goals were centered a lot around the materialistic stuff, and now the goals have totally changed. I would say that it has become more spiritualistic. Like, when I say spiritualistic, I'm not talking about religion, but the goals revolve around what will actually bring me happiness. What do I want to see myself doing? What experiences would bring me joy? What experiences do I want to experience? What I would like to spend more time doing? Like, what I would like to spend less time doing? Like, the self-awareness and the mindset shift. I mean, you can see the smile on my face right now. Like, I feel more wholesome, like, when I have these type of goals, and when I'm able to achieve these goals, it feels more wholesome and it feels more fulfilling and brings me honestly much more joy than any of these materialistic goals have brought me before. Now let's talk about the cons. Yes, there are some cons, and I'm going to follow the same format. I'm going to start with the most obvious ones and go to the ones that are less obvious. The first con is that this may not be a lifestyle that's easy for you to adapt. And now this is not all your fault. I already explained that the commercial world is designed to reduce the friction between you and the product. Like, billions of dollars are spent every single year by companies in order for you to make more impulsive purchases. Because this has been engraved into us for so many years, it's not easy to make this lifestyle shift. What I would suggest is start small and then slowly progress. So what I would suggest as particular challenge is, for the next 30 days, every day, get rid of one item which you use the least. Every single day, just get rid of one item you use the least. And then after 30 days, I want you to stop and assess. Like, those 30 things that you have got rid of, has it severely impacted your quality of life? Has it made your life a little bit more complicated? Or has it just maybe you didn't even notice it's not there, or it has made your life a little bit simpler. Assess it. Then after you assess the results, you realize maybe it doesn't really negatively affect you, or it makes your life simpler. Then it will be much easier for you to progress. So start small and then keep building up slowly. The second con is it may be tough for you to resist some things and might actually make you unhappy. These situations, it requires a lot of self-awareness for you to know whether you're unhappy because you don't own that particular item or because you can't own that particular item. Like, do you want that item because it will bring you joy, or it will bring you value, or you really enjoy it, or do you want it just because it's the latest and greatest? Now this requires a lot of self-awareness on your part to be able to understand the difference between the two, because so many years we have just been fed into that we need the latest, we need the greatest, or we are going to be outdated, and we need to keep updating every single time the new thing comes out. That now at this point you actually have to stop and question and assess whether you just want to buy the latest and greatest, or whether this will actually bring value to your life. And this will come with only practice and developing a self-awareness, which you will be able to develop only over a period of time. Third con is it may put you in a socially awkward position. Like, if you practice minimalism and the people around you do not practice minimalism, it may make things a little bit complicated. You might not see eye to eye every single time. Like, I've even noticed it myself. But what I have understood is that we cannot force our lifestyle onto someone else. Like, you can tell them about it, tell them all the benefits, tell them all the positives, tell them all the cons, and tell them about it and make them aware. But at the end of the day, it's their decision whether they want to practice it or not. Like, in the same way, if things were switched around and you've been practicing minimalism for a while and now you're a proper minimalist, and someone tells you that you cannot practice minimalism anymore, you have to keep going and buying more and more stuff, it's not going to be easy for you to make that transition, and you're probably not going to like being told that you have to do this. So the best thing you can do is just create awareness around the lifestyle. You cannot force somebody to follow the lifestyle just because you follow it. Like, it's their life and they are entitled to do whatever they please with it. Like, the same way, I cannot force you to smash the like button, but I can bring awareness and tell you that smashing the like button helps my channel grow and helps this video reach more people. And then it's up to you whether you want to smash the like button or not. I mean, that's your decision completely. The fourth con is you experience artificial pressure. When you put yourself out there that you're a minimalist, like you tell other people, or in my case, you put it on your YouTube channel, there's this pressure that, people may think that because they see this, that they think that I'm not a minimalist. Or there may be people that say you own this and you're not a minimalist, you're just faking it, and whatever they may want to say. But I'll say what I said in my other video, and that is, if you have got more joy and more fulfillment from owning less stuff, then the rest does not matter. Like, even if they take the title away that you're a minimalist, it does not matter. If you have got more joy and more fulfillment, then that's all that matters. Now, the last con is the fear of missing out. Now, after you've practiced minimalism for a while, you might reach the point where you think that, did I make the right decision by not buying this? Am I missing out by not spending money on this? Now, in those situations, what I would suggest you do is think back to a time when you actually owned something like that or something similar, and think how much value did it bring you. Did it bring you a lot of value? Did you bring a lot of joy into your life? Then if it did not, then you got your answer over there. And if you do not have a past to relate to it and you're questioning whether it would be valuable for you, then maybe you can purchase it and see if it brings you value. If it does not bring you the value that you thought it would, and if it does not bring you the joy, then you can get rid of it. For example, I used to justify owning 12 different pair of shoes. Like, I used to say that I need this shoe to wear with this kind of outfit and this shoes for this occasion. But now that I have simplified and got it down to 4 pairs, just my 4 favorite pairs, I know that I can use these in any situation and in every situation. And on top of that, it's so much more easier and better for me to clean and maintain 4 pairs of shoes as compared to 12. Now, the last point is it brings me a lot of value to know that I'm wearing my favorite pair of shoes every single time, as compared to wearing shoes that I think might go with this outfit or might go in this occasion, but I don't really like the shoes that much. Now I'm wearing my favorite shoes every single time, so I'm able to experience the value and joy every single time I'm wearing these shoes. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Peace.